Welcome to Art Happy with Katie. We're going to draw a resting rabbit with shading.
Okay, here's a bunny I drew yesterday, and I'm going to show you how I did it. So I'll put this over here. I'm going to use a pencil and a paper and an eraser. But you can add colors if you want to. It's up to you. I'm going to mark out where I'm going here. Okay, so the first thing I'm going to do when I'm going to draw this bunny, rabbit, is I'm going to do the head. Now I'm looking at the picture, and the head is a little bit more than half in this position that it's in. So on my picture frame, I'm going to draw it here. Now this rabbit's head is kind of like an upside down, actually, you know what it looks like? It's a pear. It looks like a pear. So it's like a circle, but it gets a little thinner towards the top. So what I'm going to do, like what I always do, I don't try to do a perfect shape to start with. I draw lightly, and I do multiples. I always draw standing up. I keep my wrist straight here, my elbow a little bit straight, and I try to do a little bit of moving from my shoulder. And that way, I find my arm just kind of gets into a rhythm, and I can kind of see where I need to add a little bit or take a little bit away. Now his ears are about almost as big as the head. So I'm going to move my paper down a little. Bring my ear, and the angle of this ear is kind of going off to the side. So when you're working from a photo or a drawing, you've got something to look at. That's really makes things easy. So I'm going to go off here. I just did a line with a bit of a curve. Now I'm going to come around, a little bit curve there, and then curve back here. So the whole thing, it's kind of like a V shape going into the head, but it's got a little bit of curves. And now I'm going to do another curved line that's going along the inside. It doesn't go all the way, but just goes part of the way there. And that's where some parts you see the outside of the ear and some parts you see the inside of the ear. And I like that. That's going to go there. Now I'm going to come over and draw the other line. The other ear is not going to be exactly the same. The angle of it comes up a little bit more, but it's going to be about the same size. So once I have one ear, I want the other ear to be about the same size. So I'm going to do, what I did was I took my hand here, measured it over here, and that's how far that ear is going to go. Now this ear's got kind of a bend, so I'm doing a straight line, then a curve over, and it's going to do sort of a U at the end, and then curve back around. So it is kind of like a V as well, but it's got some curves here to make it more ear-shaped. Now the top of the pear actually kind of folds like a little letter M, a real shallow letter M, like that. And I think that looks great. Now I'm going to come, this side's also going to have a little bit of the outside showing and a little bit of the inside showing. So I'm just going to do sort of a C shape there. It comes around. And now I'm going to go down for the eyes. Now the eyes on this one are right below where the ear's attaching. So assuming I have the ears in the right spot, which I think I do, they're about 1/3 of the way up. If I have those in the right spot, then I hopefully will get the eyes in the right spot. And I've got one eye here. Just going to do a circle. Then I'm going to go across and do another eye here. Like that. Now, okay, the head comes around here. Now there's kind of an inner part of the cheeks that comes, and this is like a little U shape, and this is another little U shape. It's almost like a pear within a pear. And now this line is kind of coming up all the way around to the eye. This one didn't all the way attach. Now right above this bottom up here, I'm going to draw the nose. The nose is going to be a wide set V shape. It's going to look like a bunny or more like a donkey, I'm not sure. He might need some help. So now I'm going to go around here and do another big C shape for the body, and then I have the paws, and that's another C shape down here, or more like a U. This one's going to come around here. I'm trying to work the whole picture before I get too locked in on any one part. Now I'm coming back to this ear, and I'm doing sort of a bit of a wavy line, and then a C shape. I think. Weird looking, huh? Things don't always, when you draw them, they don't always look like what you think they're going to look like, because it just depends on the different angles. And this bunny may be kind of a fat bunny, and he's kind of squished down. Kind of a line there. Now I'm going to check my measurements because something looks a little weird. Okay, I've pencil line here, and that would be about half. So that is something wrong. So if the head here, his body is not quite as big as the head. But look on this drawing, it's way bigger. So I made a mistake. So what I'm going to do here is I'm going to erase it, and his whole body needs to be shorter. So sorry about that. That's why he looked weird. This little whole body fits only in about the bottom 2/3 of this face. So from there to there is where it goes. Now he's going to look cuter. This line kind of comes out, down, and then over. And then here's this foot. It's tucking out from there. Same with this one. This is coming over, out. And then let's check the measurements for the side. Let's see if I had that right. So if the head is this big, the body is not quite as long as the head. So if this head is here, the body should end about here. Man, I made it way too big. Okay. So his head's a little pear. His body's kind of like another pear. Got some nose coming out there. That looks better. Okay, now I'm going to start trying to make it look more realistic. So this ear actually connects to the head down here. That's going to come like that. This ear looks okay, coming around. This nose, I think maybe these eyes could be a slightly bit bigger. Okay, now I'm going to switch to an ebony pencil so that mine will get darker faster. You can do this with any kind of pencil, or if you want to switch now to adding some color, you can do the shading with color. You might want to make it a brown rabbit or whatever you like. So I'm doing a circle and then another circle inside of it. I'm going to give it some eyelashes coming out, some on the top, some on the bottom. I always start on the inside, and that way they tend to kind of lighten up as they go out. I'm going to start adding some shading. And when you add the shading, it really helps a lot. So with the shading, I'm just drawing some lines around here. Now on these edges, I might do some zigzag or kind of scribbly lines to make his face not look so smooth, make it look more rabbitish. Can add a little bit of shadow in here. Okay, see how his little face is doing? Maybe I'll make his little mouth a little darker. He reminds me of the guinea pigs. And the nose is a little darker on the inside and lightens up a little bit as you go out. What else? Maybe some more shadows around here. And this part's a little long. There we go, that's looking cute. That's looking more bunnyish, rabbity. This is coming around here. Got a little shadow there. Now on the side of the face. Here we've got a little more shadow coming out. This over here. And when you're drawing, it's really good to have something to look at. If I just make up what I'm drawing, I can come up with what I think it looks like, but not really what any particular, like if I'm doing a rabbit. If I don't have a photo or a real rabbit to look at or a drawing of a rabbit, mine will just look kind of like maybe like a cartoon of a rabbit. And that is super fun too. But if I want to go for realistic, it's good to have a photograph or a real rabbit or a drawing to look at. If I want to make mine smooth, I do my hatches or my lines in different directions. Make those go around. And maybe make this a little more squiggly. It's not so smooth. And I tend to try to get rid of my outlines. Outlines tend to make things look flat. So the way I can get rid of them is by going right up to them and doing a little shading right next to it. And then it just kind of makes the line either go in, like I'm doing here, and you don't have to color in everything. You can kind of leave a little bit to the eye. So this one, I'm going to make the shadow come in this way. And over here, I'm making it go out towards the head. But I'm kind of getting rid of the hard outlines. the inside of the ear. I'm doing some of my shading the same direction as the ear. I'm going to make your little bottom lip a little squiggly. And we need whiskers. I start on the inside and then just try to lighten up as I go out. And there we go. I think she's looking kind of cute. I'm always going to leave a little bit of a highlight on the eye somewhere. Maybe I might have more than I need. There you go. Rabbit, rabbit. I hope you've enjoyed watching Art Happy with Katie. Subscribe and I will see you next time.